Welcome sports fans to the Red Zone. For the first time in Coach John Thorne's 8 seasons with North Central College, the football team enjoyed a bye week in week 3 of the season. Joining me always is the coach of the Cardinals. Coach, bye week, the season's already began. Did you take advantage of it? I know you said you had your father's birthday last weekend.
Yeah, that's right, Jeff. He's 90 years old, and we got some of his best buddies from back home to come up, and a lot of relatives, and it was a great party. And so the bye week worked out perfect.
Coach, you got over 30 seasons under your belt as a head football coach. What do you learn when you bring guys like that together at a party and you get to talk to all these different people that have years on you?
Well, Milford's a pretty small town, and so I just love to hear them, talk slow and relaxed and easy and tell their stories, and it's always funny, and they're really great people in Milford. They care about each other a lot, and you can really tell by the way they talk about the town and about each other.
Well, the way this season started, especially on the defensive side of the ball, you can tell that this defense really cares about each other a lot, too. Going down, you guys lost 2 preseason All-Americans, Matt Wanger and Derek Sulo, for the season. But the guys have really regrouped, and one of the guys, sophomore Willie Hayes, he was on the show last week, leading the team in tackles with 16.
Yeah, Willie's just a sophomore, so he's got lots of years ahead of him still, and he's just getting better every week. We're very excited about what he's doing, and the kids up front are doing a good job of protecting him, so he has a chance to find those windows, and you go flying through the windows and you get to make a lot of tackles when you're a linebacker.
With the adversity that the defense has faced, losing some of the defensive backfield, does it really help the team having experienced defensive linemen like Robert Champion and Tim Janasek up front there, like you said, to help keep some of those big offensive linemen off the defensive backfield?
Well, we're going to have to really work hard the rest of the year to figure out more ways to put pressure on the quarterback to make him get the ball out of his hands a lot faster, or even get some quarterback sacks, so that we do take some of that pressure away from our young defensive backs.
Yeah, and one of the veteran defensive backs that you have is Joe Schneiderbauer. He's got 7 tackles on the year, 1 forced fumble. He's an athlete. He's just a big physical player for you. What is his status right now going into the Olivet game? Do you think he'll sit this week?
Well, he might. He's been visiting a doctor about a few things, but we're hoping he's going to be back. It doesn't seem to be anything serious, but you just want to make sure before you make that final decision, because he's very important to our team. He flies around. He's full of enthusiasm.
Absolutely.
He's a huge hitter. He loves contact. So we're always worried he's going to either hurt himself or hurt somebody else, but we're glad he's on our side.
Coach, 2 of your DBs, Andy Tribula and Scott Hogan, each have an interception on the season. Scott Hogan was named to the D3Football.com Team of the Week in Week 1. Is that a pretty exciting accolade for him?
Absolutely. I mean, Scott came in and was on the offensive side for a couple of years, and then we switched him over to the defense, and he's just picked it up really fast. He's doing a great job. He's got about the fastest, we call it a pro agility or jingle jangle, where you have to change direction. He's right at the top of the list for our whole team, and that's really important on the defensive side of the ball.
Absolutely. Would you kind of consider that maybe one of the overall characteristics that you look for in a football player is their quicks and how they can stop and readjust?
Well, you'd like to have all of them do that. Some of them are not going to be able to do that, but the ones that can change direction really fast, like Willie Hayes, like Josh McLeod, and like Scott Hogan. I mean, those are some of our top guys. And then Nick Hicks is on the offensive side. He's really good at it too. Those are the guys that should be able to make some great plays for you just by making people miss.
Absolutely. Well, offensively, Coach, we're averaging 7.2 yards per play on the young season. Dominic Sulo, I looked on the NC2A Division III overall records, and granted we're just finished week 3 of the season, but he is tied for the #1 scorer in the country, averaging 18 points per game. That's pretty neat to hear after 3 weeks. Of course, Dom last year was a finalist for the Gagliardi Trophy, which is kind of the equivalent to maybe a Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, we were really happy that he made it into that final 10. I think he may have been the only junior. He was definitely the only running back. But to average 3 scores per game, even though it's only 2 games, that's still an awful lot of scoring. And if he wants to keep that up, that's okay. We'd be happy with that. We could use 3 from Dom every week.
You know, and Dom's averaging 144 all-purpose yards a game. And this is a guy that in the second half against Benedictine really didn't get that many touches. With an experienced back like Dom, he's a senior, he's played for 4 years, he's set records, he's been acknowledged. Dom has a nose for the end zone. He is always, seems like he's always gaining positive yardage. You know, with some of the adversity that you guys have faced on this young season, it's got to be nice going back to Dom, knowing that week in, week out, he's there for you.
Well, you know, a lot of people say you play the way you practice. And ever since Dom was a freshman, every single handoff in practice, he runs all the way to the end zone. And so now other guys have to start doing that too. You know, and some guys are saying, would you quit doing that, for crying out loud? But he does it every single time. Even if you tell him, hey, don't run, he's still going to run to the end zone. Well, that helped you figure out how to get there during a ball game too.
You know, don't stop running until the whistle blows. I've heard that a couple times. Coach Aaron Fanthorpe seemed to turn it around in week 2. You know, one of the guys, Steve Lavick, I saw him at practice the other day, and he wasn't dressed. He's been a little sick at the beginning of the season. We expect to get him healthy anytime soon?
Yes, he's been weak and tired and had some fever and things like that, and he finally went to the doctor and they figured everything out, and he's going to be fine. We expect him to play really well this Saturday, but even better down the road.
Coach, coming up next, we got Olivet College, and they're coming into Naperville, and they return their quarterback. They're 0-3 on the season. How do you prepare the guys for a team like this?
Well, you don't want to spend too much time worrying about who you're playing. You want to spend a lot of time worrying about what we're doing. Are we executing correctly? Are we doing our assignments? Are we playing with attitude and enthusiasm, excitement? And are we entertaining the fans? That's our number one goal. We're in the entertainment business. It's supposed to be fun to watch the Cardinals play, and the players are supposed to have fun playing. So if you keep focusing on those things, a lot of times you don't have time to worry about who you're playing and so forth.
Are there any of the guys from Olivet's team that you've maybe brought up their names to the players? For example, maybe James Williams, the wide receiver, or the starting quarterback, Nick McCleary?
Well, James is a very outstanding player for them, and he's has like 21 catches already on the season, and he's very good once he gets his hands on the ball. He's a punt returner, he's a kickoff returner, and so we have to keep an eye on where he is all the time.
Absolutely. Well, stay tuned as Cardinal Athletic Director Jim Miller joins us to talk all things Cardinal football and then some. We'll be right back.